Hello, everybody. Sorry for being about a minute late. Uh, just got tied up with getting another short on the air for your viewing pleasure. Can you hear me? Can someone who's in the comments say if I am audible? I think I am. My mic is not muted, according to me. Salutations, L Tracker says. Salutations to you too. And Michael. Um, seems to be enjoying the show, even though it hasn't really started yet. So it's been an interesting week, another interesting week with Kent, in which he's slammed and abused other people on his shows and doesn't like it very much when it happens to him. Apostate, can you hear me? Yes, and Mr. Shank, yes, just enjoyed my recent Kent Hovind video. Now, I've put a short up of it too. So that's only literally just gone up there now for those that don't want to watch the full thing. So just so you know what that's about is, you know, Kent and other people, of course, were making fun of Mr. Biden's memory lapses and possible early stage, problems. And then the other day, Kent was whacking an atheist, supposedly, and midway through the whacking, he forgot who he was whacking, and so I've put a I've put a video up of Mr. Biden uh, doing things a bit like that, and immediately Kent doing the same. So just unbelievable. Yes, and Bush apostate. Yes, I saw the teaser of yours, so that was going to be interesting too. It's a bit of a sad time in America or even the whole world at the moment where people's hate for violence, which is a good thing to hate violence, but it does seem to depend on who is the victim and the perpetrator. And basically, we should be condemning violence wherever it occurs and on whichever side. So if the left wing is engaged in violence, that should be condemned. And if right wing is engaged in violence, that should be condemned too. So you've had just this year, and of course I'm not a US person, but there've been terrible assassinations. One of a state senator, Hortman, I think, a lady, and you've heard a little bit about that, and her husband. Both of them were shot. And then you've had this Charlie Kirk one, and he was shot. And it's just terrible. It has to stop. And then just the other day, yesterday, in York County or whatever it is, something came up on my feed. 3 policemen were unfortunately shot and killed, and 2 others are very ill. Shooter there. So that's interesting. This guy was a stalker. So just in possibly even one of those soft sit types. Who knows? Yeah. So yeah, that's it's been a, a very busy and a very sad week. Hello, Robin. How are you? I still am laughing at the AI thing that Brett did with you and Missing Mod. It got some things right, some things wrong, but it was hilarious. um, you're good. That's good. That's good, Robin. Yeah, so all these various things have been happening. Now, I will just draw your attention to a few little things that you can look at. I mainly do, I do 1 or 2 videos. I try not to make them too long. So there's the Kent Hovind Biden moment, which has been referred to. Now there's another one, and I think I've done a short of it as well. And I think I call it thanks for the memories or happy memories. And that has been so Kent is whacking a lady, another lady with apostate in the name, and he whacks her, and she is her photo, like what do you call it? What do you call that thing? In English, her meme photo has her there, and she has a prominent bust, shall we say. Kent is saying, "Don't, that's terrible. Don't use that as bait," but for a man or whatever. Well, Kent shouldn't project his own things onto other people because the Claude has a very good memory, and he remembers Kent's second wife, Marie. And so the Claude posts alongside his examination of Kent, sort of being quite insulting and crude towards Ashley, apostate Ashley. So he puts up a photo of Mary, and she has extremely prominently enhanced assets. And so apparently one is okay and the other isn't. So that's what the Claude tends to do. So he looks for things where Kent will say one thing, but he's found evidence of him doing another, because I call that irony or hypocrisy. You've got to be careful. If you use the word hypocrisy in your title, sometimes you don't, YouTube sort of semi-flags it. I think it's very hard to know how you can get views, how far you can go. So, what's that? Oh, hello, Big Bad Mama. How are you? Yeah. All good. And yes, Kent put that photo of Ashley apostate up, the one, and he commented on her. So I'm going to say assets. So that's why I found the back one of Marie and put that up, where her assets are even, shall we say, more prominent. Interesting too, when we're talking about the Mary marriages, that recently I used that just wonderful thing of Kent practicing with a dressmaker's dummy, practicing kissing Mary before the marriage, and it was hilariously embarrassing. Yep. Anybody wish to come on? I really want someone to come on so I can bounce off ideas. Big Bad Mummy, you might be around, but I'm putting up the link again, which I'll keep doing. Yes, I've put up all these things. The other one was Kent was accusing apostate. Anything is the topic, Nick. Anything's the topic. The Kent was accusing Ashley apostate, or apostate Ashley, of reading a script when she was making some accusations about him. But the funny thing was, Kent then made a video of himself reading a script, accusing her of reading a script. Hello, Al Trucker, how are you?
Hello.
Yeah, good.
I hope you're well. I'm trying to get my my settings sorted so I have the right device here.
Well, it sounds good. It's clear. It's clear. So.
Is it clear? Is it still clear now?
Now, it's not as clear now, and it's gone a bit quieter. But initially, it was very clear. Okay. Try again. Talk again.
Okay. I'm trying it now.
Yep. Well, it's clear enough. It's just a bit soft.
I can turn it up.
I don't know if you can turn it up.
Well, I'll try to make up for it by being loud. I had this problem on another person's channel, and I don't know why this is happening, but I'll have to play with it when I'm stopped. But I haven't spoken to you in a while. It's good to see and hear from you, Claude.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to see if I can turn you up a bit too. I think I can.
Okay. Yeah. I wish I knew how to operate such a thing. Hold on, maybe I can.
No, I've got you now. Perfect. Don't
Yeah,
don't
it's good.
fiddle
Okay,
anymore.
good.
Yeah.
All right, I won't. I won't mess with it then.
Yeah.
And hopefully others can hear me too. Although not everyone wants to hear what I have to say. I
Oh.
I was I was I was glad to see that you were doing a stream. I haven't. I think I've missed a few, like maybe many. I haven't talked to you in a while, and I heard you say hello to Big Bad Mama, so I think they're in the chat, I guess, and maybe others are. I'm driving, so I can't really chat in the text area. But I heard you describing Kent being. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on your channel, but I was going to say misogynistic douchebag.
No,
To
that's
keep
acceptable.
my
It's true.
language
It's true.
as I would say worse, but I
Yeah.
I don't understand how it is that, and hypocrisy, I know you said might be like a taboo word to the YouTube gods, but it is hypocritical. And often this double standard thing, I think double standards and hypocrisy abound these days, and I don't want to dig into topics that aren't the ones you're bringing up, but it bothers me when people want to police the way that, particularly how women carry themselves, but they also do the same with men, because of course we live in a society where in many Western countries at the very least, and I think around the world this isn't so much different, we're told you have to wear this, you have to act this way, you have to speak a certain way, you have to have a certain demeanor, you're put down if you have another type of demeanor. And it cuts across all genders and all sexualities, and people are very judgmental. But they don't hold themselves to the same standards, or in some cases it's worse, they do hold themselves to those standards and have a tremendous amount of self-loathing. And I don't understand why we have to be so judgy about everyone's appearance. And if someone feels comfortable with their body and wants to show more skin or less skin, or it's just hot outside and they appreciate the fact that they can have a cooler outfit on, or they just feel good in that outfit, why Kent or anyone else has to police that or comment on it is fucking bullshit. Pardon my French.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Each to their own, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I advocate for being with the bounds of reason. So I'm not going to suddenly come on and make love in front of the camera or something. But we all know those things. But why comment on? Look, she's not showing the actual whatever's. And many women do have a little bit of enhancement. His own wife, second wife, had far more. And this is what gets me. Did he tell her that? No, he loved that. He loved that. Just
That's
yeah, yeah.
and you know what? Like not everyone has the same sexuality or the same
No,
attraction. People have their own things that they find sexually attractive,
yeah.
and that runs the gamut as well. It is not wrong to be sexually attracted to someone, and it is not wrong to want to feel sexually attractive or to, show off what you are comfortable showing off. And I actually think, like, we seem to be in a society where, um, at least in my country, it's legal to be basically just be wearing bikini bottoms, essentially, for men and women. That's legal. Women do not usually avail themselves of that legal protection. And I think it's because we've sexualized the breast or the bosom of the woman, in a way. And so I can't change the fact that that's how society treats it. Whether that's right or wrong, there are movements about to try and change that. But we also have this ridiculous idea that men can't control themselves if they see an attractive woman, that will invite somehow some sort of violence, especially one of the SA variety, upon a woman, and it's her fault if she's attractive or shows off a little too much of this or that, like, which is absolute bullshit as well. That is a terrible way to treat people. And it's a terrible way. It's a terrible way to treat men. Men are not, by and large, men are not so uncontrolled. A few that aren't, I don't think that's not even an issue for them. I don't think, because if somebody's attacked, in the country I live in, it's very cold. Like, people still get attacked in the wintertime. They might be bundled up in a big coat. It's not about what people are wearing. If it was in Muslim majority countries where women are by law required to cover themselves almost entirely, would never receive an SA type of situation, but they do. It happens. This is nonsense. Anyway, maybe I've dug myself too far down into the hole here, but this is the stuff that bugs me about that.
It's a good discussion, and like, for me, I'm a bit old-fashioned in some ways. For me, I can feel more attracted to someone who's more covered up. So everybody has different things, and I think, well, and then other people are more attracted if they see a bit of skin. I'm not. I tend to get turned off by it because I think, especially some people, and myself included, you wouldn't want to see me walking around without a shirt and my horrible stomach hanging out,
Well,
So,
and I understand what you're saying about that, but we also, I don't think we should say that either. I'm as an advocate for people living with obesity, and I'm not saying you do, but lots of people end up in larger bodies or gain excess adiposity as they age in certain regions. But as someone who lives with obesity and an advocate for patients living with obesity, I don't like the idea that we shame people for their bodies in any way, shape, or form. It's not fair or reasonable. And I'm self-deprecating myself, and I'm not. And I realize you're doing the same thing. I'm not trying to. Nor would I want to police your ability to, self-deprecate in that regard. Yeah. But I also think, we should not tell people how to dress, how to act. We should tell ourselves how we want to, and we should comport ourselves in that way. And I think we seem to have a social contract where, unless you're at a beach or a pool or a similar place, people are expected to show up in a certain amount of clothing. And so I think any business that has like no shoes, no shirt, no service, they're welcome to do that. And that may make sense in certain places. I think if you're trying to serve people in a beach community, like right on the beach, you may want to accept people in bathing garments, because that may be your main clientele. They may be your best customers. You may not want to turn them away for not having a shirt on. But businesses are welcome to have a dress code. That's common in lots of places. In our society, covering your genitalia seems to be sort of an absolute bare minimum. So this is something that this is where we're at, and there are places where people choose to go clothing optional. They should be allowed to do that too. And we probably shouldn't teach people to be ashamed of their bodies. That may be one of the biggest issues we've got.
No, it's a very interesting topic. It's definitely more nuanced than Kent, and I really get annoyed when Kent says, "My daddy used to say, if you're not in business, don't advertise." I mean, what? Someone probably showing their ankles. I don't know those days.
Oh, I don't know. Kent's not that old.
But his daddy says, apparently
his dad, his father might have,
always talking about his daddy.
His daddy,
business, don't advertise. It's quite insulting. I mean, and it's just such a predictable thing, and it sounds like the people that use the defense, she was wearing a red dress, so she's asking for it, or something stupid like that, which is ridiculous,
If she asked you for it and you're into it, and it's a consensual thing, that's asking for it.
Yes, but not just wearing a red dress.
What you wear, that's not that.
Exactly.
Even if a woman or a man, doesn't matter. It's because people of all genders are assaulted, and for all sorts of terrible reasons, and none of them probably about what people are actually wearing. That's just the way we blame victims. And that's what Kent wants to do here, and that's what his father wanted to do, and wanted to shame people for having a body. And human bodies, every human has a body, until, you know, and I guess even when you're dead, I guess your corpse may outlast yourself.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have a body should not be something you're shamed for. It should not be something you're told to cover up and change and not be proud of in any way, shape, or form. And if you feel comfortable in a particular outfit, you should wear it and just enjoy it. And you know, I think if other humans enjoy the appearance of your body, they may, you know, I think appreciating it in a non-creepy way is totally acceptable.
Yep.
And that probably ends at anything beyond you look lovely today, or you're looking very nice, or something. I think making other comments is inappropriate if you're not in a consensual situation with someone who you have a relationship with, where you know that's appropriate for them and yourself. That's, you know, we should not make comments to people that are wildly inappropriate. And I think, you know, people can set the boundaries of that. And if someone has a problem with something somebody says, they should say something if they can. And if they and we should, you know, police our own behavior, all of us, to not make people uncomfortable unnecessarily. And you know, Kent seems to revel in making people uncomfortable. And whether you say something positive or negative about someone's appearance, if it's not asked for or wanted, it's just inappropriate. What good does it do?
Yeah, I totally agree. You are right there. So it's the opposite of what Kent does. He's very much a shamer, and of course he's always right. That's the worst bit too.
Well,
you know, always right. His judgment is God's judgment, according to him.
Exactly. Well, his God's fashion sense is a little bit fucked, in my opinion. But you know, but who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Just because and you know what? He's welcome to wear that. He may not ever see me in that. And see, that's the thing. He's welcome to wear that gaudy shirt, and I'm welcome not to.
Yeah.
And
it's
where
become
I work,
a thing.
I have to wear a certain uniform, or I have to wear certain types of high-vis clothing because of what I do for a living. Because I work in construction sites and in trucking, and I'm out on the road and I work on roadsides and railway sites and all sorts of stuff like that. There are requirements for what I wear at work. And I think, so if you have a business place and you say, okay, this is what you wear, and this is the uniform, this goes with the employment, that's fair. But I think there's limits to that, and some things people have asked for are not reasonable.
Yeah.
There are situations where employers have imposed things on people that are probably unfair and unreasonable. And maybe we need to look at that. I wouldn't put Kent in charge of it.
No, when you're doing a truck driving job, do you have standard clothes you would wear? Or?
So the new company I work for doesn't care as long as I meet the requirements of a client. So they don't give out like uniform clothing. But the previous company I worked for, I was issued. There was a dress code in terms of like what the minimum requirement was for boots and gloves, and a hard hat was issued with company logo on it. Shirts and sweaters and jackets were issued. Certain types of jackets you had to pay a little bit of money for, because I think they didn't want people ripping them up and not treating them well, so they made you pay a small amount towards them. But it was quite reasonable, probably less than a quarter of the actual cost. But basically uniforms were provided and you were expected to be in it. And if you were on a long run, you could wear anything you wanted in the truck. But when you were engaged with customers, you're expected to wear that. And if you were at a customer site where they said you have to be wearing all orange, they gave you a suit to wear that was all orange.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right. And so you show up in that. And so in those cases, somebody tells me what to wear. But once I'm done my shift for the day, I can put on anything I want and wear anything I want. And if I'm not representing my employer, who are they to judge?
Yeah.
Who's anybody to judge? As long as I'm not saying I'm making an ass of myself and bringing undue attention. There are certain guidelines people have to follow.
Yeah.
You know, and I would assume lots of people would have that experience. I would think if I wore a banana hammock into an office setting, and unless I was there for some sort of special costume day, and even then, that would probably be wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
But if it was like a private party, and it was like wear the most revealing bathing suit you can come up with that doesn't show, like there could be a contest, and if someone wants to participate in that, and everybody's consenting to be there to show and see whatever they're comfortable with, that's fine for adults. It can be a consensual experience. I don't go to things like that. I don't actually feel comfortable doing that. But if I did, I wouldn't want Kent telling me what to do.
No.
So
he loves telling people what to do, and he's always
does.
right. And it just drives. I can't understand why he's still got people there. Actually, the way he treats
I don't know. Some get it. Some get through, and realize what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I gather his most recent wife, did she take off at some point? Like,
apparently, but it's become confusing because he's now put his ring on again, and he's talking about his anniversary, but there's been no sign of her. And of course, we have the testimony of Joseph, his much loved and loyal tech guy, that she did leave and took $16,000 when she took off. So, someone's, if she's still there, it means she's come back and paid the 16,000 back, and if not, then someone's lying.
Yeah,
and that seems to be the way at Dinosaur Land. They lie with impunity.
Yeah, I think an untruth spoken at DAL would be a shocking thing indeed. To no one. To no one. And I mean, I guess Kent's whole stock in trade is telling lies about science and biology and whatnot, and that's been his bread and butter for a long time, even if he doesn't know where bread or butter come from. He does not want people to know the truth about certain things, and whether he's legitimately unaware, even though he's been told, he may legitimately believe what he believes. But I think I've come to believe he's a grifter who knows that certain people believe, and his ministry reinforces that and gives them ways to cope with reality, by saying no, you can go ahead and believe this, because reality is nonsense, and here's a way to look at it from my point of view, that if you buy his bullshit, you can live without having to accept the reality that humans have done scientific inquiry that's brought us to some pretty good conclusions on things, and we continue to open that up. And it's no surprise that he also doesn't know what's appropriate for individual people's fashion choices, which is to keep your mouth shut and let them do what they want to do.
I thought it was particularly hilarious and very narcissistic when on one of his shows he said that he suspected that Jesus had a haircut rather like his. First of all, it doesn't matter what Jesus' haircut was like, but just the coincidence that it just happened to be like his.
Just happened to be that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I know that isn't true, because what year was the Lego company founded?
I'm not sure.
Because his hair was definitely designed by Lego.
Yeah. But this is just that's the sort of the measure of the guy. I mean, to have the gall to say, oh, my hair, Jesus' hair, it was probably like mine. I'm just so like, oh,
it probably was.
And that's one of the minor things.
I mean, that's one of the things most people don't know about Jesus, is he was a Southern Baptist minister.
Yes.
He was not a Jewish. He was not a Jewish person who was raised in early early first century Middle Eastern culture, and he wasn't a Middle Easterner. He was definitely a Caucasian person out of the southern U.S. There's archaeological evidence and everything.
The other thing Kent goes on about is how they had all this wonderful technology. He thinks, in his view, the technology thousands of years ago, but not more than 6,000, of course, because that's the age of the Earth.
Well,
But
that is the age of the Earth. Yeah, I mean, they did have tablets back then, right? They had tablets, and when I was seeing, they had tablets right up until like late 19th century, and then they switched over to paper, and that was a terrible thing and a big loss of technology. But then tablets came back again long after I left school. But they finally rediscovered the tablet, and and here we are today, and we have smartphones that are also like an offshoot of the tablet. I think they're just a small tablet. So it's all come around full circle, and we've finally got Stone Age and Bronze Age technology have finally caught up to us here in 2025.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Here. Yeah. Hi.
Oh,
Nick.
hey. Sorry, I was stuck
Hi,
in the chat
Doctor.
or something.
Hi, Dr. Nick. We should call you Dr.
Hey.
Nick.
Hello.
Whoa. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, that's your truck, bud. How you guys doing today?
Well, I'm good, and so's El Trucker. I think he's driving happily.
I am driving. I'm driving cross country here. I'm not going very far. I think they want me to do 2 runs tonight, and I don't know if I can fit them in the schedule I've been given. So I'll definitely do 1.
Nice. Did you see the link of the Creaky Blinder video of Kent Hovind? I think that would be fun to review that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Where have you sent that in the private chat or?
Not the private, but the main chat. But I can send it in the private chat. Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah, because I think that it won't show. Can you send it in the private chat? Because for some reason it doesn't show in the other one, and then I can.
If you're a mod, you can post a link.
Oh, that's the problem. I don't have any mods at all.
You have no mods, yeah. So yeah, you have to give mod capability to certain people, yeah.
There we go.
I'm just opening it up in a new window, and then
I watched 10 minutes of it earlier today, and then somebody phoned me and I forgot about it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You just watched which one? Sorry.
I think the same video that Dr. Nick is telling us about. Yes. I started watching it earlier and got 10 minutes into it and got a phone call. So I haven't seen it all yet, but yeah.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I'm having to mute my mic because I'm laughing so.
Well, Dr. Nick is just as much a doctor as Dr. Hovind.
Well,
actually, I probably have more education than him, to be honest.
Is your PhD also from Patriot Bible? It is the largest mobile home on that particular empty lot in I don't even remember which state it's in. Is it Arkansas or Colorado? It's Colorado, right? Is that Patriot Bible is? Fine institution.
Yeah.
Fine institution.
Yeah.
It's not Ivy League. It's more like more Bush League or like weed. It's a weed league. There's a lot of like growth out in front of the campus there. And some of the cinder blocks are starting to like cave in, but otherwise it is one of the finest campuses. I've seen pictures, and it's hollowed halls. They're steeped in the tradition of, hello, my name is Kent Hovind.
Oh, if you go to their website and you see like their listed famous people, and Kent is on there, like he
must be
almost the backbone of their school. It's so weird.
I would imagine.
I called like trying to act like, oh, I'm a Bible student and this and that, and got some weird lady, and like this is back after I left and I was trying to research to see what was going on, and oh my goodness, that place. And if you look on their website, you'll see it's like we have the famous Kent Hovind and his seminar series and da 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 da. I almost feel he started that with money to make
Oh,
his. I don't know. Who
I,
knows?
his $3,000 probably got them started. It might have bought the whole campus.
Oh
It is
yeah,
a
yeah.
fine, it is
That's
a fine
nothing.
institution. And when you say weird lady, of course you mean the dean of admissions for graduate studies.
I don't know. Just someone who answered the phone as a secretary, or yeah. There's only like one
Oh,
person there, and they
there's
got
only
all
one
weird
person
when
there, yeah.
I started asking about actually going and how can I do, and and she's like, oh
Yeah, is it
well.
online? Is it
Yeah,
online,
it's.
or do you
I don't.
is it a co-ed university? Like, you want to know what the dormitories are like,
Yeah,
and is there
and
off-campus housing, and is there graduate student housing that's a little quieter, because like once you're doing a master's or a PhD, of course you don't want to be like just partying all night long, and you want to know like about the Greek opportunities there, right? Everyone wants to be in a sorority or a fraternity, and
well, and do they have grammar checks on the PhD? When we turn it in, right? Like, does it have to
I
have
don't.
straight grammar and
Well,
it can't be?
well,
Can it be
Kent.
a voice transcript of my speech to my churches?
I mean, it could be, maybe. But one thing we know about Kent is everything he has is straight, because he'd never have it any other way.
It's just so funny. Like, it literally is like, "Hi, my name is Kent Hovind." It's like, did you just make a transcript of your seminar
He
and
really
then not
did.
spell check
He
it?
really
Like,
did.
oh, I know
Yeah,
it's.
exactly
And,
what
and,
it
and
is.
then they brag about how he's their most famous and best student, how he went there. And I'm like, I almost feel like they collected money from people, you know,
Yeah.
who could say I went to the same school as. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
I would
Either
I
way,
would
I don't
be
know how
I
it's
would be
still there because
embarrassed
they
to
don't take
brag about that.
students. They don't
They
take
don't take
students. They
students.
don't.
Okay.
So how are they still open? I don't.
Probably alumni donations,
Something.
because they're
Yeah.
probably they're
Right.
probably just involved in like, it's just a research school at this point. And so they probably have some postdoc fellowships there, and some of the professors are just throwing themselves into scientific inquiry.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone
No,
there. Some
I
old
think
lady.
we're
I think
yeah.
some old lady like Lady Di lives there and answers the
Oh
phone and
no,
pretends to run the school for Kent Hovind, and he just pays her rent. That's the only thing I can figure.
well, I don't know where he'd get that money from. The last
Hey,
time I heard,
it's
he was
probably what
scrounging
two,
for
three
Jeep
hundred bucks a
money.
month.
He
For
needs
that little place. Who knows?
Jeep money. Last I heard, he's pretty hard up. But
Yeah.
He,
Well,
he,
about a
well,
week or two ago, and I made a short of it. He claimed that, and he showed things. He was selling these $50 DVDs or $100, and he said, "How many million of these have we sold, Joseph?" So at
oh
least
boy,
1 million. So if he has
wow,
sold that, so he's either lying, or if he has sold 1 million at $50, he's got $50 million income somewhere lying around.
no,
Um, so he's either lying
well,
or that,
or he
but
just
yeah,
keeps letting all his tech guys rip him off and take all their money.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just.
that's not possible. I
yeah.
don't think any of that, none of that holds any water whatsoever. There's, you know what? He
No, no,
mentions
no,
them
no. I
every
will
time he
say,
talks.
back before all this stuff hit the fan, my wife would be sending out 15 to 20. I mean, at least 5 to 7 DVDs every day. Sometimes it was up to 20 every
Wow,
single day from that office. To this,
that is
I
a
mean, that was
lot.
now this was 10 years ago. Oh, what, 8 years ago now, 7 years, but
Back when
still,
people had DVD players.
back when we first got there, like it was still pretty. There was at least three, and that includes Sundays and Saturdays. You know what I mean? Like it
Well,
was,
yeah,
yeah.
seven
So,
7 days a week ministering for the Lord. It's important,
well,
very
plus their
important.
USB sticks, plus their Woe
Ooh,
books, plus now he didn't make much on those. Is he
no,
an idiot and overpaid for everything? But still though, it
yeah.
definitely on his DVDs and stuff, there was some money there. You know.
Well, I would
Um,
imagine, yeah. And then back when people saw value in owning a copy of a thing, it is a lot easier to make money
Well,
on
he still
selling
he
that
still
type of
sells
thing.
like USB sticks and stuff,
Okay,
which people like.
yeah.
So at least it's
Well,
yeah, you can get it
yeah,
on YouTube, but now I got it on a stick. I can watch it on my devices, and
yeah.
I don't
There
have to
are
do anything.
definitely places you cannot get your hands on, um, what is it I'm trying to say here? You can't get your hands on like great internet in a lot of places.
Yes,
Especially
and
like
those
in
are the
rural
people
places,
that
right?
watch
And,
Kent. Yeah, they're out in the
yeah,
boondocks and
yeah. Like
don't know anything
I'm a
about
rural
his
person
cool
myself,
years.
and it was only 2 years ago we got reliable home internet where I live, and I'm like a big city is like less than a 2-hour drive from my place, but where there just wasn't any coverage, and so even more remote places are even slower to get coverage. So I understand that struggle, and I understand the desire to have all these great teachings of the doctor. If you could see me, I'd be doing air quotes, but yeah.
Well, it's just sad because none of it's been updated, none of it's been changed, none of it's actually even considering proverbial arguments back and forth. And that's kind of, it's literally just a shell game and a con now, and that's what makes it sad.
Yeah, because a lot of people
Well,
have very genuine beliefs and want to have them backed up, and he's really preying on those folks, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just gonna say that's who he's preying on. I would like to watch that little clip that Creaky
Yes.
Blinder did.
right.
I'm gonna let you guys do that. I'm gonna go into the warehouse and drop this stuff off. So I'm gonna drop out and try to listen as best I can. My headset's also dying. So, but thanks for letting me on here.
No, it's been great, Al.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Awesome. Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
See you then. Bye.
I gotta figure out how to leave too.
I can boot you if you wanted, but if you
go ahead and boot me. Go ahead and boot me because I'm trying to be hands free and it's not letting me do it.
Yeah. Okay. No
Thank
worries.
you. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So we'll look at it. We'll see how long we go with it. If we don't finish today, we'll finish it another day. But yes, it will be good to have a look at, Nick. And I'm glad you've enjoyed those little clips and things that I've been putting up.
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
Every day I'm checking. I'm like, ooh, what's new today? What's new today?
Some of it's a repeat, and some I try to get fresh stuff, but it isn't always possible.
Yeah, but sometimes like your little edit change. I'm like, oh, that's even funnier than the last version of it. Yeah. No, I'm glad you do that. It's great.
Okay, so here we go. I'm not as good a tech guy as Joseph, but I'll start playing it and see what happens. Here we go.
Good afternoon, Kent Hovind here. Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventure.
So not Joseph, Nick, can you hear that all right? And does it come through?
Yes,
okay
yes, I can hear it fine. Thank you.
That's good. I'll keep going. And I just want to double check. I don't want to do it, Joseph. I had his name on my mind.
Hello, folks. Kent Hovind here. Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in lovely Lenox, Alabama. Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. We're the folks who believe the Bible is literally true and scientifically accurate. God made everything in 6 days, like he said. Because you are brainwashed into believing your dumb religion of evolution. You know it's a lie. If you found your math book in your kid's school it said 2 + 2 is 5, what would you do? You just be faithful. Do your job.
Today's video is brought to you by Fume. You know those little habits you don't even think about? The ones you reach for automatically? Well, personally, I got plenty of them, which is why I've started using Fume, the sponsor of today's video. Fume isn't a vape. There's no nicotine, no smoke, no batteries. Just a natural flavoured air device.
Shall I move through this a bit? Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Now on to Kent again.
Yeah, it should start up soon.
Yeah. I think I've got an advertisement, but we'll might have to move. Might have
It's
to put
not
up
crafty.
with that. Someone's
It's your
advertising
craft.
Wix. Okay, I can skip it.
Old Dr. Dino is just a harmless old guy. Yeah, you know the type, a bit eccentric, maybe a little weird about dinos, trying to tell people what he believes is the truth.
If I asked you to explain how computers came to be, but you cannot use man as your answer, I only want a purely naturalistic explanation for the origin of computers. Purely naturalistic.
Oh, can you pause it
The
here?
answer has to lie within the computer. How?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is something I really like that Creaky did here. He actually let him make his arguments, and he was saying like it's okay to have ideas, but this is the problem with Kent, And then he goes into it. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. Like
Yeah.
he's not afraid of ideas. It's the
Mm.
person. It's the problem. Is the person. So
And of course, yeah, that's right, because we have probably differences of opinion. I have no issue with people who have Christian beliefs or any other beliefs. It's just Kent, I believe, is an arch hypocrite, and that's the problem. But with this,
Yep.
this is I can immediately see a problem here, and I don't know why the audience can't. That he's talking about computers or a laptop computer, or whatever, nothing to do with reproduction of living things. And of course, I guess he's going to go and say that it was designed, and of course it was. It's totally different. But anyway.
How did these molecules get together? How did this data get together? How did these plastic molecules come together and the different silicone chips? How did it happen? Your answer has to lie in the computer. I've already eliminated the only obvious answer to the problem at the beginning by my definition. They're trying to eliminate the only logical answer to the question by their definition of science. They want to define science as things that we can observe and test and demonstrate in the natural world. Okay, well then that eliminates both evolution and creation. Both are unobserved. We don't see anything change. We don't see anything created from nothing. Here's the problem. Both creation and evolution are religious. I admit mine's a religion. They don't admit theirs is a religion, and all of us are paying for their religion to be taught in the school system, and I, for one, resent that. So my answer is still the same. God did it.
Maybe he's been ostracized by communities, even his own family. But hey, he's just loud and proud, right? But what if I told you that beneath the surface of his wild claims about vegetarian T-Rexes and fire-breathing dragons lies a man with zero credentials, a criminal record, and a history of bullying and abuse. A man whose entire persona is a carefully manufactured lie built on intellectual dishonesty and sheer social stupidity. This isn't just bad science. This is the epic story of a coward who built his entire life pretending to be something he's not. Kent Hovind's entire persona is built on one fraudulent word.
That was a mic drop moment right there.
Yeah.
He nailed that.
Yeah. Yes, he's getting it rather right. Poor. No, I don't not feel sorry for Kent. I don't.
Lost you guys there. Hold on.
Oh, can you hear me? I can hear you. Have you dropped out somehow? Oh, Peter. Hello, Peter. Nicholas, are you still here? Oh, Nick's dropped out. Hello, Peter. How are you? Are you there, Peter?
I was talking, which isn't the smartest thing to do, especially not if all you do is live stream.
Yeah. So,
how are you doing, Claude?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we've just been laughing about Kent's latest stupidities, and we're just looking at this now. So yeah.
Yeah, Creaky's video. I absolutely love that video. I talk to Creaky every once in a while. He did a great job on this one.
But I just been highlighting earlier on Kent on his latest show. He forgot who he was whacking. He was whacking Apostate Ashley. He forgot, and he's thinking, oh, who am I whacking? So I found similar videos of Joe Biden, put them together, and voila, there you have Kent and Joe have something in common.
Yeah, I just heard that I have the day off. Usually I do a show on Thursday on Jackson Wheat's channel. So I thought I'd look to the suggested videos, and I did see the Kent Hovind Joe Biden moment. I think it was the title. Yes. I haven't watched it yet, but
no, that's right. There's a short up now as well, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Just bringing.
Oh, and there's a new thing, Claude. There's a new thing. I don't have it yet because they haven't rolled it out in the Netherlands, but it should be available in the US. You can. So if you're watching a smaller channel and I think it's not available on the live show. But if you watch a show that has been posted up to 7 days ago, so no older than 7 days ago, there should be a hype button. If you want to support a channel, click the hype button, because then the video will be mentioned to more people. So very important for small content creators like yourself. So
where is that on? It's on which? Where do I find that button?
It should be, so it depends on the country. It's available in 39 countries now. I'm not sure which ones, though, because I can't find anything. Yeah, but it should be a button near the like and subscribe buttons. So if you see the hype button, hype the video for more views.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, my wife was trying to call and I got disconnected. So she calls again. Just keep playing it, and I'll be right back on.
Well, when your wife calls, you better get on there. Quick.
Yeah. Well, she's traveling with family right now, so that's why. Thanks.
Those are the calls you should not deny for your own safety.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh well. Right. Well, I'll keep going and just say when you want me to stop. So there we go.
We'll do.
But I do have a PhD, and they say, is your PhD legitimate? Well, I think you've got a right to.
Well, I have to answer that. In any way, it's not. It's from a diploma mill, and that means you send in the money, and no matter what crap you send in, you still get your PhD. It's just a load of shite. But we've probably said that many times.
Well, and how foolish to actually spend your money on that. I mean, you might as well just write up your own. I mean, I guess at least there's some physical location. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's done him okay because his followers initially are impressed. You know, hello, doctor.
True.
Yes, doctor. No, let me bow and scrape to you, doctor. Oh, can I tie your shoelaces up? That sort of thing. But so it's worked for him. It's been he's got his money back and then some. Yeah.
And
Well,
there's
it gives
a
him
new
an air of
version of this
authority.
too. There's a new version, so I don't know anyone who's familiar with a guy called Otangelo Grasso. He published a peer-reviewed paper on the Shroud of Turin. Now that sounds very impressive, considering that he lives in Brazil, has never seen the Shroud of Turin, has never touched the Shroud of Turin, has never done any scientific research on the Shroud of Turin. But if you pay a certain journal $100, they will publish your paper as peer reviewed. So another creationist who found something to make himself look more impressive than he actually is.
Goodness me.
Because now he can say he's a scientist. He's got a peer reviewed paper.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything, but
No.
hey, creationists don't know the difference, right?
No.
Well, some of us do.
Some of them do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got,
I said creationist. I don't think Nicholas that you are a creationist, right?
I am, but not your typical.
But he's an
You
honest
are?
creationist. Yeah. He's an honest one. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Well,
I don't have a problem with evolution evidence and all that stuff. I can see how you guys can, from the fossil record and all of that. Unlike Kent, who just,
well,
anyway.
Let me clarify then. So when people say if you're a creationist, that automatically means that you reject evolution, think that the world's 6,000 years old, because that's what the term actually refers to.
So yes. So, but the difference is, for me, when I look at the evidence, when I do the research and stuff, I feel for me, with my belief, with my Bible, that makes more sense for me. But I can also see how you guys who don't believe in that, and are coming from a naturalistic view and can interpret the evidence the way you want to, I could see how you can interpret it that way. My own personal belief is, for me, it makes more sense this way with my God and everything else. But I can also see how you guys can come to your conclusions too. And that's
Fair
where
enough.
I have a problem with Kent, where you guys are so stupid. It's like, no, you're not looking at anything that they're doing. You're using false articles, false documents, like the mammoth testing with the different ages and all. I mean, just so many. I mean, personally, I took to him personally and said, hey, this is not right. This has been corrected with this. And oh, yeah. Still uses it today. So upsetting. So, yeah, grifter
Now-
and a liar. And that's where we definitely come in a common ground.
Now I'm intrigued, Nicholas. If you ever are up for having a cordial conversation, I'd love to hear what you believe and why you believe it.
Absolutely,
Because
yeah. Well,
you sound like a cool guy to have a conversation with, and I'm not interested in dumpster fires or calling people stupid or morons or whatever.
no, me either. And yeah. So.
Nick's a good
I
guy. and
actually
he's
went to
seen both
Embry-Riddle
sides.
Aeronautical University and did aeronautical science. I went to Queen Mecca College and studied there. I did a lot of evolution classes and all that stuff, right? So it's not that I've seen a lot of that. But sometime we'll have to talk about that, and that would be fun. But I definitely...
Put your if you
I'll
want,
put it in
Lucas,
there,
I don't want to take over Claude's show, so if you can, put your email address or anything where I can contact you in the private chat, and I'll hit you up.
Okay, right. Are you everybody there still?
Yes.
Hello?
I think Nicholas had to mute. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Okay, I'll keep going a bit more.
Face your accusers. I say, whoever's spreading the information about a PhD, would you please stand? And they don't stand, of course. I'm always ready to answer questions. But whenever somebody says, you don't have a legitimate degree, right away I know it's called an ad hominem attack. They're attacking the person instead of the message. So I do take it a little cautiously. Do you have a legitimate degree? Well, they're trying to draw attention away from their silly religion of evolution. PhD means Doctorate of Philosophy.
If you like fishing as much as I do, you know you need the bearskin hoodie. This thing has 10 pockets, and it's perfect for doing stuff out.
Sorry, that's
mean.
one of the problems.
Do I have one? Yes.
Part of it, I was like, that's hilarious. Sorry, I was texting my info to you earlier.
Yes. Sorry about that. I'm going to have ads pop up every now and then because I'm a cheapskate. I don't have free, I have free YouTube. We'll keep going.
Yes, I do. There's a picture of it. It's hanging on the wall right inside if you want to go look at it. Patriot University started 1980 in Colorado Springs. It was a Baptist church that started this university. It's a Christian school.
This wasn't a PhD with peer-reviewed work or rigorous research. This was a diploma mill degree from Patriot University, an uncredited outfit operating out of a Colorado trailer park. His so-called dissertation was so deficient that a biochemistry professor, Karen Bartlett, who once debated Kent, described it as incomplete, riddled with spelling errors, and lacking reference or even original research.
Why do we say these bad things?
Claude, can you
Because
pause?
Hovind's website and seminar notebook are...
So, a fun fact, Patriot University has since moved. It's no longer in a trailer because apparently that costs too much money or something. I don't know. Anyway, it is now located in a closet under the stairs in some church building, school kind of thing. It is literally moved to a place similar to where Harry Potter grew up, which I find hilarious. Maybe I'm the only one, but...
No, that's pretty funny.
Oh, goodness. There he is going on. He's got this... He clearly uses it to bluff his followers.
Yes.
And it's...
Well, and I will say, as someone who used to listen to him when I was younger, that it was like, oh, he has a doctorate. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? And then, of course, as I got older and found out what it really was, I was like... Wow. Anyway, that's the upsetting part about it is it does fool a lot of people into thinking this is legitimate. This is, until you pull it up and actually look and call the university.
And to add to that, it's fair enough because I have been fooled in my life thinking that I am this guy who knows to do his research because I fell for the Swiss guy who came up with the gods or cosmonauts, Eric von Däniken. Sounded good. I mean, you saw the book and you saw the back of the book that he's done extensive research and stuff like that. Started reading the book, and I actually thought, hey, he might be onto something. When it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, like all the references and you think, wow,
yes,
they're there. It must be real. And then when you actually, like when I was actually there working with him and started checking the references and finding, because he's like, we're going to update the seminar series. We're going to update our slides. I was like, awesome. So I started watching Paulogia and his stuff. And like when he started going through and debunking all the things, it's like, no, this is wrong. This is out of date. No, this reference is not. And I'm like, and Kent's like, oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Here we are, 9 years later, same thing. It's like, wow.
So I don't know what you found, because I have all of Hovind's slides and everything he's ever used in debates. Someone sent that to me, so he does sell it, I think, on
some drives. I have it all too on some drives.
I have one of those thumb drives at least.
Is it yellow or purple?
No, I got the files, not the physical thumb drive. So, but what I did is look up the references on his slides, and they either you cannot find them anywhere, or if you go to the sources that he lists, they say completely different things than he claims, which I think is telling.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like some of the articles and Anyway.
Well, so he has this argument about a mammoth, that one part of the mammoth was this old and another part of the same mammoth was a different age. If you go to the actual paper, first of all, it doesn't say at least one of the ages. Second of all, it lists multiple different mammals found on multiple different locations. So it doesn't say anything like Kent Hovind claims it says.
Exactly. And I personally, because I saw that from Paulogia, like did a dive and went in, and I personally went to Kent with that particular one. I was like, hey, at the very least, update this, because this is not right. We know for a fact it's not right. Oh, yeah. Still the same slide today. So
yeah.
It's kind of the start of the downfall there,
So can I refer to a video that Claude made a while ago about Kent Hovind urging everyone to work? If you don't work, you don't get any money. And then in the same video asking people for money, because you just told us that you don't ask people for money.
I know Claude is so
good. Updating those slides would involve work, right? So, yeah, that's not something Kent Hovind is equipped to do.
Well, it's more admitting you were wrong and changing, right? He can't remember things anymore. Look at him. Like, he's just... And if you start changing the script and changing it won't work for him anymore.
That's
why he's just such a parrot now. He doesn't even actually... And
he still tells people, we talked about this on Video X, but there are no videos anymore. And was it you, Claude, who pointed out that he has to be a multi-millionaire because he sold millions of
yes. It was because it's a false claim that he sold millions of DVDs.
He stupidly gave his intellectual rights to earning land, so that's a whole nother story. So who knows?
It's a bit of an insult to the word intellectual rights.
Yes.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I mean, when you're directly shown, being told, hey, let's update this, let's do this, that's I guess like I said, that was kind of the start for me at that point when I was excited. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna help him update it. I'm gonna be part of this. I did a whole Genesis DVD series I made for him, all this other stuff. And Claude knows back. I did music. I did edit. I mean, it was way better even back then, But then when I started actually working with him, where it was like, hey, let's start updating, let's start going through it. I literally started going to Paulogia, everybody else, because I wanted to see, hey, okay, what are they pointing out here? Let's fix this. Let's actually have a good argument. He didn't want that, and it was like, that was very terrible.
And Paul got to where he is in the exact same manner. Did you know that, Nicholas?
Yes, I do.
He used to be a Mennonite, young Earth creationist, and then someone told him to go research and see that everything he was told in church was correct. And he started doing research, and that led to the channel that we see today.
Yeah, which, I mean, on my side, that's where it would make me sad, I would say, because for me, my research has bolstered my faith and everything, but it's also opened up a reality where it's like, guys, if you really want to do this, you can't make it a gimmick, you can't make it a, and this is where I love listening to what you guys point out and do, because it helps me, because it's like, hey, let's not just be wrong and be ignorant about it. You know what I mean? Like, let's at least, I'd rather say, hey, I don't know, I can't give you an answer, than be like, yeah, I'm right, you're wrong. No, I want to see the info, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to know. I don't have a problem questioning my faith and growing in it. And some people have started out that way and lost their faith, and other people have grown in their faith, and that's okay.
And there's one other thing. So I just got home because I went to a friend of mine who is a Christian, and I think he's, as I see it, he's a devout Christian. I will never be able to talk him out of it and get him to be an atheist. But he accepts everything in science. So there is a way to just accept modern day science, which includes evolution, which includes the age of the earth, which includes all of that, and still be a Christian, still believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, as my friend says it. So
sure, and I see that.
It shouldn't be a problem.
No, and it's not. This is where I do feel that, like, for me, the earth was created mature, right? Adam was full grown, the animals were full grown, all of that stuff. Areas I struggle with. How did we get the moon catch theory, the math behind that, all of that stuff? Maybe it hit it and broke off part of it. Right? So things like that. The sun shrinking, the red schist. I mean, I love this stuff. There are parts where I'm like, hey, this really strengthens my faith. There are other parts it's like, okay, I don't have an answer to this yet. The difference is I have a problem with these other creations that are like, they just don't even want to listen. And I don't understand that. Like, God literally tells us to ask questions, listen, and grow. And if you're that fearful, then do you really have a stance on it, right? So I don't have a problem admitting, hey, maybe this test in this area does show that. But there is a possibility, and this is my faith, God made the earth fully mature. And that's why we see those days, right? So now I don't think he created all the dead animals in the soil and then made it that way, because that, to me, that's silly. Why would he do that? So that's kind of where I like to study and see. I've seen a lot of the stuff on the flood and how it could create things, and I've also seen a lot of stuff how they say a worldwide flood couldn't create these things and only time could. So then I'm like, okay, well, what can I learn more about this? And that's where I like to come to your guys' community and learn. So
I can point you to a playlist on Aaron Ross' channel about the flood.
Yeah, I actually watch a lot of Aaron Ross, especially recently. You'd be surprised. I'm not afraid to listen to other people. So
if you're ever in chat on one of his live shows, say hi, because I'm the moderator.
All right, I will. But I'm definitely having fun watching this Creaky Blinder, because he just he literally, you'll see, Claude, you'll see he nails everything perfect, all the way down to the pedophiles, all the way down to Cindy, the wives, everything. I'm like, man, he did his research, and he got it 100% correct. As someone who was through it all, it's all correct. I can tell you that personally.
Nick, you say that Kent wasn't very happy with it. Did he make some comments? Did he?
Yeah, oh, yeah. So I sent him the link, and he goes, "Oh, I'm living rent free in mine. He just can't get, and I could by his comment, because he doesn't normally answer that way. And I was like, "Ooh, this really bothered him."
Yeah.
I'm like, so it kind of made me feel good, because I sent it to him. I'm like, here you go.
Nick, I will just suggest, if you want to go to a Christian who's also an evolutionist, try Francis Collins, and he has various reasons. I don't agree with them all, but you know, and he accepts Christianity and evolution, and he is a pretty intelligent guy. He sort of just mapped the human genome while Kent was folding paper airplanes. So you might, and he's reasonable, you know. So I suggest you look at some of his stuff.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, Francis. Look, I better play a bit more of this. I don't think we're going to get finished today. Because I can't go too much. But when we don't get finished, we'll do another special show on it. So let's keep going now.
Monuments to scientific illiteracy. They contain incorrect information, outdated information, and misrepresentations of scientific principles. All of them straw men.
His only real academic background, a bachelor's degree from Midwestern Baptist College, also unaccredited. Midwestern wasn't about academics. It was about indoctrination. It was run by Pastor Tom Malone, a major figure in the independent fundamentalist Baptist movement. The school was a small, insignificant, but loud sect of Christianity that fiercely opposed modernism and liberalism. Malone's purpose was more about character building than education, and he taught that a secular education was dangerous, and evolution is not just a theory, it's a wicked attack against the Bible. Ooh.
The Lord knows who you are. He sees you where you are right now. And there's people all around you, but he knows what's going on inside you right now. I'm so glad he does. He sees me. He knows me. He knows what's going on in my life. And more than I could ever understand, he loves and cares for me personally. Not in a group. Individually, he cares for me.
The environment at the college was highly conservative and, according to a former student, had misogynistic mentalities. And that's exactly what Hovind became. He admits himself, nothing's original with me. His anti-evolution arguments were lifted wholesale from Henry Morris, a civil engineer with no degree in biology, geology, or paleontology.
Animals, you've got to have buried animals and plants.
Commercial! Yeah! No.
Commercial break.
Oh, they've got to be buried by sediments.
He's nailing it.
Furthermore, buried quickly.
See, fossils don't form unless they're buried quickly.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so since we had a commercial, I want to do a commercial. Nicholas, if you want, check out a channel called Paleo Logos.
Okay.
The handle on YouTube is at Paleo Logos YT. He's a Christian. And he does videos on evolution and stuff, and you know you can trust him because his name is Peter, as is mine. So well, you know.
Look, my biggest holdup is I do believe there's a limitation to the genetic information. So, but sometime down the road we'll get into all that in chat. But
it might be a channel that
gets really good and funny soon. But go ahead.
Yeah, this might be a channel you might be interested in. People who are watching and Kent Hovind fans might want to check that out.
I think I've heard of it, but I'll definitely check it out. Put it in the chat really good. Or email me.
Yep. Thanks. Probably in a few minutes, about 5 minutes, I've got to go, and then we'll watch the rest another day, and I'll try and give you a bit more notice so you can both come on, and we'll go through the rest of it. So,
I'd love
but it's
that.
been good. I really enjoyed it. And I will look into that thing about how you can hype your shows too, Peter.
Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of new features coming out. So they're also going to introduce horizontal and vertical streaming in one stream. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun for me because I stream in both formats. That's going to be a new thing. There are several new things coming out for small content creators. I can send you a video, Claude. I have your email, so I'll send you a link to a video with the new things that are coming out to help the smaller channels.
Now, the other thing too, in about 15 minutes, I think Hovind should be live. That's when he normally does his thing. And I'm pretty well banned on every account that I have. But occasionally you can get a few things in the live comments, which they then delete, but it's too,
Oh
they
man,
still get
Claude,
preserved.
one of these
Yeah.
days, you and me will have to go together, and his heart will it'll be so funny. It would be great. I could start off, and then all right. We got to plan that, okay?
Yeah. Have you got my email? Yes, I think you have.
If I don't, I can find. I mean, but
Oh, yes, it's
go
on
ahead and
my
put it in the chat.
channel. It's on my channel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can find it. I'll send you something. We will plan an epic, like that would be great. It doesn't have to be live. I could make a phone call. We'll figure something out. It would be fun.
Yeah.
I'll be looking forward to that. I might not be joining because I tend to derail things a lot, as Claude well knows, because Claude knows me.
That's all right, Peter. We all like to talk. I'm not saying that you talk quite a bit. No.
I'm a curiosity. That's all.
Yeah. Achilles, or Achilles as I call him, he talks. So he dominates everything. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I enjoy.
And there's this other young whippersnapper called Aiden, who I heard was recently fired. I mean, I can't be on one of your shows and talk shit about Aiden because I know Aiden is going to watch this. So
he's I love his impressions. His impression, he can do everybody just about that appears.
Yes. His impressions are off the chart. I mean, he can do everyone's voice just like that. He listens to someone and can do their voice. I mean, that's insane. But yeah.
Okay, look, I will have to go. Try and watch that if it's on in 10 minutes, the Kent one. We'll see, but we'll come back to this and have a good look at it and finish it off. Okay, thanks everybody.
Yes, because I promise it gets funny. But
yeah. Sorry, we've just run out of the time. So, okay. And
thanks for having me, Claude.
Goodbye.
And nice to meet you, Nicholas.
And nice to meet you too.
Bye.